It's Friday. Y'all know what time it is. Hope you guys are doing well. It's Friday. It's a 3-day weekend. Hey, Shannon. It's the remix. I got my girl Steffany on today. Coming back live, Miss SteffanyAllen. Hope you guys have had a great week. Hey, Zinda. You guys look great. Yes. Thank you for joining. These are good times. Hear my music in the background? Yes. Come on, y'all. It's Friday. Boys will be boys. Better let them have the toys. Come on, y'all. Girls will be girls. Cute ponytails and girls. So we are talking today to my good friend, SteffanyAllen. She was my second guest ever, and I wanted to bring her back on just to catch up with her and, you know, and see how she's doing. And I see that she's watching. So let me turn down the grooves and bring her on in. Hey, Nicholas. Yes, I'm so excited for this today. All right. Come on now. Yes. Woo. Friday with dannIGeeLive.
We are here.
Welcome back, Diva. Welcome back.
Hi,
so happy to
sweetie.
see your face.
I know.
Oh my God. Come
It's
to
been
Top Knot. Come on, Top Knot.
It's legendary.
So I had to wear again you can't really see my top right now, but my SteffanyAllen original kimono, floor length kimono.
Yes.
I'm so happy to have you back now that I've been doing this now over 4 months.
Congratulations.
Girl, can you believe it? My little project that I started at the shutdown, beginning of the shutdown.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just coming on, so SteffanyAllen was my second ever guest when I had my little janky self-made flyer. Okay, my little DIY flyer.
Listen, you got to do what you got to do. You know, they say you got to start somewhere. So you just start and you build as you go along. That's what you got to do.
And so my last guest, last week, Jamal Story, he had a great idea about just going back and just bringing everybody back. And this is a great idea, just to check in, see what people are doing, see how people are feeling since the beginning of all of this.
Absolutely.
And so, hey, girly girl, hi, girly girl.
Somebody wrote happy 4 months.
Yes, thank you. I think that was Nicholas. Thank you so much. So you look beautiful. I love the flowers behind you.
I did that. I was like, we need a little, a little ambiance.
Yeah,
you know?
look, all florals.
Nice.
Tell me, so how have you been? I mean, we haven't even seen each other. We barely speak on the phone. I mean, you would think with staying at home, working from home, you'd have more time to talk on the phone.
Nope.
But I feel like I've been working nonstop. I mean,
I have to.
Let me preface by saying that I feel
Hey, Abby.
I feel extremely blessed.
Yes.
To be in this moment, to have still had a job and all
absolutely.
So let me not just throw that out there lightly.
Absolutely.
Because I do know a lot of people are hurting, and my heart goes out to everyone. We help where we can. But I just want to give blessings to my organization for fighting to keep us employed and doing the work that we do for the community and all the free programming we've done on Summer Stay Anywhere. Right. And it's been a journey and incredible. So the feedback has been amazing.
That's good.
And even in the midst of all of this, the music department, shout out to the team, locked down this deal with Amazon. I mean, I know Amazon.
Right.
But Amazon Music on Switch, they're doing an 8-part series with us.
Nice.
I mean, it'd be nice if some of that came over to the dance programming. I'm just saying.
But the relationship is established, so you don't know what can happen. Things can evolve. But just keep optimistic. Keep optimistic. So.
Yeah. So anyway, this is about you. And so, how have you been doing? How has your summer been? What is going on?
Okay, I feel like I've been, like you said, busy, just working nonstop. working from home and, you know, sewing and making and designing and creating. And a lot of people have had a little downtime since the pandemic and shut down. I don't know what that is. I haven't had any downtime. But I'm grateful, you know, like you said before, you know, grateful to have other resources, to have income, and to, you know, keep a roof over the head and like all of those things. So I don't take it for granted, and, you know, it's not lost on me that people are suffering. So I'm very well aware of that.
Right.
But I've been picking up a few clients. I'm going back in the photo shoots and studio and shooting.
I saw that on your IG.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure how the industry would adjust. I mean, I knew that they would somehow, but all of my clients have protocol in place. Get your temperature checked as soon as you get in. Everybody has a mask on, protective shields if you want. I'm a woman of a certain age, so I can't have all of that on my face, but I'm gonna have my mask on. It's just too hot. But you know, everyone has been, you know, gracious. You know, no one is, you know, all the diva activities have been quelled. You know what I mean? So there's nobody like showing out, because everybody is grateful to be working. So that's really it. I really haven't had a summer. I mean, I feel like I got a little coloration, but I don't know.
Yes.
Just because of it, like, busy. But I'm thankful. I've gotten some new clients, expanding my brand, and just, you know, still putting it out there every single day, best way that I can. So
speaking of that, so when this whole thing started, you jumped right to the call to the table with your masks. Right. So I still have the one. I need to order some more, but I just came actually from outside, and my mask that I got from you earlier the season of COVID is actually rinsed out and hanging to dry. But you've been doing it with these masks. I mean, I went and looked back, you know, through your Instagram page just to see all the people that have been ordering the mask you know, over the summer. Friends of mine. You know, John, my boyfriend, which is so awesome that people are supporting you. Absolutely. In your efforts. And so do you know how many to date, how many masks you've gotten out there? Over 700. No.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You have sent out over 700 masks? Steffany, that is awesome.
Yeah, I
day and night.
Somebody asked me, my client yesterday, we were just talking about something, and because I obviously had my mask on set, and he commented about how it goes over the head. Yeah. And I said, honestly, for me, like, I don't like the pulling behind the ears, and some of my clients, you know, have made the same request. I'm like, oh my God, thank you for doing that. And he said, where did you get it? I said, oh, I made it. He's like, wait, you made it? I was like, yeah. And he's a new creative director. I just met him Tuesday. And I said, yeah, I've been making them. So I showed him the Instagram page, and he was like, wait a minute. He's like, how many have you made? And I said, about 700. He was like, stop the madness. And I was like, that's what I'm saying. I've been sewing nonstop. I'm grateful, you know, nonstop. But what has happened is, you know, people like yourself that have been posting and share. I didn't anticipate any of this. But I've had like complete strangers reaching out. They're like, oh my God, I saw your post. I went to, when we did the voting, what was it, for the primaries, I wore a mask. One of the poll workers, she's like, where'd you get that mask, girl? And she said, I want some. So she ordered 4. Like, it just kept going and going and going, and it really hasn't stopped. So it's incredible. And they're super comfortable. And you're right. I mean, I like the head version and around because it's tugging, and then also too the way yours are made with the two bands. I mean, you have it handy. I would love for people to see it, but it's easy to like drop it down. Yeah, you can somewhere where you're safe, and you can do that. Otherwise, you take it off and put it all the way back on. Exactly, or it's hanging off from the ear. It can like fly off or whatever. So hold on a second. Hey, can you get a excuse me, so I can get a mask? Hey, Al. He was like looking at me. He's like, I didn't play this part. We are live. That's all right. That's all right. That's what we do. That's what we do. He wants to come in and say hi. Please come in, because I want to talk about.
Hello there. How's it going?
Come on, Beard.
Fantastic, Miss Danielle.
Ain't he cute? Ain't he fine?
Well. Kudos to you. Kudos to you. Fantastic.
Look at y'all. Look at that black love. I cannot. Oh, love you.
Fantastic, fantastic. I want to say kudos to you. You know what I mean? Kudos to you. I have sold some CDs for this fantastic lady at the Blue Note. She's an excellent singer. She's awesome. If you have not bought her album, you should buy her album. I have it, and I love it. And I'm out. Thank you very much.
The comedy stylist.
Okay. I want a commercial. I have the commercials now. Okay, people. We're all the way up.
But here's one of the masks.
Okay, great. Thank you.
So the straps go over the head, and it's secure, and it stretches. It's lightweight. It's not too restrictive. You get the full coverage.
Yeah.
And people love it, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Yes, the colors are beautiful. The fabrics are great. They're super comfortable. And so I just think how. The response. I wore. Okay, so all transparency. Mm-hmm. I actually went to the gym for the first time. Wow. I know. Yesterday and today, I was a little nervous. I was. Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah. I was like,
right.
All right. So I work at a Planet Fitness. So this is not a plug for Planet Fitness, but to their credit, I walked by the first day they opened. There was a huge line outside. I was like, yeah, no, that's all right.
Right.
All right. So second day I went walking by, and there was maybe 8. Okay. No, not even 4 people standing outside.
Okay.
So I waited a little bit, and I saw that they were letting people in one at a time, which I appreciate. So I got to go in, and they were like, yes, you have to wear your mask the entire time, and all good. So I had my little wipes with me, my own personal baggie of Clorox wipes. Went in. Yeah. Long story short, I wore the mask, your mask, the entire time I was working out.
Okay.
And I'm sure it was a combination of not having done super duper cardio in a while.
Sure.
I don't think it was the mask that I was breathing so hard. But
right.
But it was easy. It was comfortable. I was able to keep it on the entire time. I didn't feel uncomfortable. So they ask you in your gyms to wear your mask the entire time.
Good.
But just behave. Come on.
Just do it.
We're going to say lives here. We're going to get back to life. And we want lives to get back to. So
Absolutely.
But how have you been feeling? Because you're working, you're seeing clients. How are you been feeling? How have you guys been doing?
We're good. Thankfully, we've been healthy this entire time. No symptoms, no one close or personal. My neighbor, unfortunately, she had it, but she's fine. She's okay. But we are, healthy and strong. Elle is, making sure I take my ginger and all the stuff, all the natural things just to keep your immunity up. And so it's your mindset helps you to stay focused. And your mindset helps you to stay on track, with your health and all of that. So that's really it. Just keeping positive, not being too overwhelmed with the news and all that stuff as the numbers are increasing. And the numbers, they're saying close to 200,000 by the end of this month. And I'm just I
know.
I can't even imagine. Imagine. So
it's really scary. And, even being at the gym, most of the people that I saw, and I think they had maybe 70 people in the club at one point. But the club is so big where I am. It looked empty. Right. And, there were people there, not wearing the mask correctly. It was under the nose. Right. So when I went downstairs to leave, I mentioned to them, because I don't want to be that crabby person, but this is life or death.
It's just for your own personal safety and health and well-being. At the end of the day, I feel like you're being more selfish if you don't have it on, Yeah. At this point, it's just not about you. It's about all of us together collectively.
I just mentioned to the clerk, the front desk guy, I said, listen, I'm not trying to rat anybody out or be, heavy here. I said, but maybe you guys might want to do every half hour or so.
Just walk through.
Walk the floor.
Yep.
Remind people, hey, over the nose.
Exactly.
This down here, what is that? Are you protecting your chin? You have COVID chin. Anyway, I want to get back. Hey, Crocs. I want to get into the fashion. Fashion. So, first of all, congratulations on the shout out on Good Morning America.
I know.
Tell us about, what Trey Bodge?
Trey Bodge, yeah. So she's I guess like a budget expert for, you know, shopping, all things, you know, vacation, home goods, travel, beauty, like all of the things, lifestyle stuff. And a friend of, I mean, we have a couple of mutual friends, but a friend put me in contact with her about a possible feature. And with television, you never know what can happen. You know, whatever the producers decide is what happens. So she loved the pitch. The producer loved the idea. And it was supposed to be 4 designers, indie designers, Black, you know, in the time of, you know, Black Lives Matter and all of that. So when she asked me, I said, okay, perfect. She's like, I would more wear a caftan than I would a kimono. So I said, no problem. Make it up for you. I'll send it to you. And whatever happens, happens. You know, fingers crossed. So she reached out to me. She's like, Steph, I'm not sure if we're going to make it. But what I can do is I'll wear it. And if I have a moment to speak on it, I will. And I was like, dope. Like, you can't get any better than that.
Oh, my God.
So it was pre-taped. And she texted me. She's like, I think it went really well. I hope that you'll like it. And I was like, listen, I'm just happy to be here, you know? So when I watched it and I saw that they had like virtual sessions set up for the other designers and, you know, the girls had the wares on or whatever, then she goes back to Trey and she said, we see that you're wearing something fabulous. And then Trey does like this beautiful, like detailed, you know, sharing of what she's wearing of mine. And then I saw my name on the thing. I'm like screaming. I was like, oh my God. I was like, my name is on national television.
Like, that's my friend. Having your name said, like, it's almost like when you're a music artist and you hear your record played for the first time on the radio.
Yes.
You just heard your name on national television.
Yep.
Like, your brand.
Yes.
Not SteffanyAllen who works for. It's your name. It's your brand.
Exactly.
And I was going to say, like, you know, as we said before, like going back to when you first left that other place, we ain't going to get
right. We're going to talk about that.
And you were nervous to like branch out on your own. And you were like, you know, I don't know about this. And I'm looking at to where you are now.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you still have this, you know, some, you know, hills.
Yeah.
Whatever. But this is, I'm just so proud to know you and proud of you as a business owner.
Thank you.
Boss lady.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's epic.
It's not easy. It's not easy, you know, because you do everything by yourself most of the time. You know, thank God for Elle who helps me out as much as he can.
Yeah.
But, you know, the responsibility falls on me, you know, whatever effort I put into it speaks to the success that I'll have. You know what I mean? And the growth that I'll have.
Yeah.
And to have the support of, you know, family and friends, you know, everybody that is like chimed in, you know, supported in some way, bought a mask, bought a kimono, shared a post. Like, those are the things that matter. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I like how it has grown organically. You know, I didn't know how it was going to be. I mean, I had, you know, some expectations of how I wanted my career to be, specifically as a stylist, but moving into, you know, a designer role, it's just, you just never know. Are people going to like it? But you have to put it out there anyway.
Right.
You know? So to have had, you know, earlier this year, you know, in the previous interview, we talked about New York Fashion Week and having that as a thing, like, I had no idea I was going to be in New York Fashion Week and presenting my name, my brand again. To have that, then to have Good Morning America, then to have like continual, consistent growth in this. I'm like, okay, so it's kind of like confirmation that you're doing something right, you know? Absolutely. So just got to keep pushing. You know, it's hard, but sometimes it is hard to ask for help. I will say that, but because you want things done a certain way.
Right.
But, you know, most entrepreneurs, most people who are in business, they understand that. And, you know, I want to be the best person and best version of myself. Right. And I want my brand to represent that as well once it gets out there.
No, I think it's fabulous. Okay, I'm sorry. I was just giggling because my crazy friend Lee Jones was just like, you better work that fan, Beyonce. I'm like, wait, listen, first of all, Lee Jones in Philly, my dear friend, since I've known since I'm 17. This is DIY.
Okay.
This is my fan, okay? I don't have a Beyonce concert fan. Okay, I have a fan because guess what? I live in Washington Heights. Yes. I have to close my windows when I do these interviews because otherwise,
the sounds of the street.
Bachata. Okay. all to the interview. So I had to keep myself cool.
I hear
also,
that.
Yes, as a woman of a certain age, you know, yes. You have these moments of heat.
Yeah.
But also looks good too, right? You have a little flow with the hair, Anyway, so going back to your love.
Yes.
Oh my God. So, and I know I've seen the photo before, but tell us about it. So I posted earlier today on my page the photo of you and Lawrence Big L as we call him. And so that was this past year's Black Girls Rock, right?
Yeah, that was 2019.
So they did a segment. I didn't watch the entire thing, but tell us about the segment where your photo as a couple was featured.
Right. So India Arie, who's the performer, she had a song called Steady Love. And it was kind of like, you know, her rebirth, like her I think it's the last album that she had out in a couple of years, first single. And so she had a Steady Love challenge where she was, you know, encouraging Black folks, Black couples to show their love, you know, post a picture, tag, whatever. So I posted one earlier on in the challenge, and, you know, no expectation or whatever, but I was just like, you know, and I'm seeing it, I was like, this is beautiful. So I took another picture of us right here in this room with the cell phone selfie, and I was like, something said, put it in black and white, and then post it. So that was it.
It's a beautiful picture.
And her people had reached out to me. She was like, India Arie's performing at Black Girls Rock this year. We would love to use your image, you know, as a part of her performance. And I clutched my pearls. I was like, wait. Is this for real? I thought I was being pranked, you know? So I was like Googling the girl who emailed me. Like, I just wanted to make sure it was legit. So, of course, I asked Elle, and he was just like, yeah, go ahead. You know, no big deal. And, you know, again, with television, with things, you just never know if you'll be a part of the number. So sent it on, signed the waiver, didn't think anything else about it. And I think I was in Atlanta at my first trunk show when the episode aired, when the taping was happening. So I never even saw it. I didn't even see it. So my phone kept like blowing up, and I'm like, what is going on? And people were like sitting, oh my God, we saw you on India.
Oh my God.
Wait, what? Yeah. I'd forgotten about it, didn't think anything about it. So when I go to see the footage, and I was like, oh, what? And it was up there for a good amount of time. Like, I didn't expect it. And then the camera pans around, so you see us again. I'm like, oh, this is just beautiful. So it popped up in a memory the other day, and I was just like, you know, this moment will never get old. And just to have so many people just commenting and chiming in, and, you know, and just in support, and like, I know her kind of thing. And it's truly a blessing, you know, just to be seen, you know, in that way.
You know, what a love story you guys have had. Like, I've known you how long now? 20 plus years?
20 plus years.
And the journey you two have been on, and just to have that celebrated again on a national televised show.
Exactly.
And then you have that, you know, for years to come.
Exactly.
And to just have, along with everything else you guys have done together. I mean, that's just one of the moments. So I want to try something. I've never done this.
Okay.
And I've never done photos in my IG Live. So if something comes up that's not supposed to be seen, I'm sorry, but because I've never done this. So this will be a first, guys. Let's see what happens. Hold on. All right. I'm going to try and pull that photo up.
Okay. Oh, yes, you did.
That's the photo, people.
That's it.
And wait, and so here's the photo as it was on Black Girls Rock. Look at that.
Yes.
Look at that. Come on, Black love.
Yes.
Yes, right?
So good. So good.
I would leave that up because, it worked. I'm so happy. Because I think that, look at that. And look at that beard. It's so long.
I know.
I love it. I love it.
That's it.
Is he back to work? Has he been working this entire time?
Yeah, he went back in, actually, I went back before him. I went back in the middle of May to shooting, and then I think he went like 2 weeks after that.
Okay.
So, and the great thing is, like, the company that he works for are concerned about his well-being. You know, he didn't want him to take public transportation. They would like take a car service and everything. You know, but Ella's a Brooklyn native. He's like, I'm good. You know, but he has his mask and everything on, and he's cautious. Wipes everything down as soon as he comes in and all of that. So we're adjusting, you know. Have you been on the train? Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
I haven't. I don't know, man. Like, I just how far did you ride? What did it feel like?
Well, first of all, sometimes I'm the only person in the car, which is
really
good. Yeah, it's very, people are spaced out. There have been a couple of times where there've been more people. I think it really just depends on the time of day.
Yeah.
But I will say I was taking the bus more frequently.
Yeah.
In the city to like going forth, going back and forth between shoots and stuff. And I'm still, watchful. I'm like too close, whatever, but but the subway, it hasn't been bad. It hasn't been super crazy. And I really didn't know what to expect, quite honestly. But I have seen images where people are still like normal rush hour on top of each other. And I'm like, yo, I'm waiting for the next train. I'll just be late or whatever. But for the most part, people are doing the same thing with the thing under your under the nose, under the chin. I'm just like, what's the point? And now it's just an accessory because you're not even wearing it right.
Right. You have a fabric goatee. Like, what? Why?
I don't know.
Everything is exposed. You have
exactly
here. What are you doing?
I don't know. But
but I haven't been on the train since, honestly, the second week of March.
Wow.
I'm supposed to meet my friend Michael Thomas after this. And just in Harlem, so I'm contemplating just jumping on the train for 2 stops.
Yeah.
But I have to see. Only because also, too, where I am, there is I'm going to just say, screw it. There's a homeless men's shelter a few blocks away. And,
you have to be careful.
You got to be careful. They congregate right in that entrance near the...
Right.
So just got to be mindful.
Yeah.
I've just been, I started using City Bike. So one of the other perks...
Okay, you're brave. You are brave. The city girl, nope.
You're like, no. Well, let me tell you, the first
my spirit ain't ready for the city bike.
No. Well, what happened was, so my office, through City Parks Foundation, shout out to them. They were able to get a deal with City Bike, and our core full-time staff got free memberships.
Oh, nice.
So it's really cool. So I had never tried it, and so they started putting more racks up here in Washington Heights.
Okay.
And so the first day I tried.
Girl, you good. You are good. It wouldn't be me.
I tried it. It did not go well. I fell over.
Oh, no.
And the bike is heavy. Those bikes are heavy as hell. So I fell over, and then, I think I rode about 20 minutes because up here the traffic is crazy. Everybody's dipping and dodging. I was trying to get to like the park, and I couldn't even make it. But girl, I fell right over and scraped my leg, girl. So I was like, bump that. And so, yes, Monique, we know. So she's like, biking is great transportation. Yes, we know, girl.
Good for you, girl. Go ahead.
No, Monique has been doing it though. She has been riding that bike.
I saw that
looking
video
great.
that you posted. I saw the video you posted of her riding it. It was her riding it, I think. It was a couple weeks ago. I saw that.
Yeah, no, it really is. I think for around here, I would definitely want to get a helmet. I should probably have a helmet anyway.
Yes.
I've been riding more so in Jersey City where John lives because it's much more of a bike culture. There's a lot more bike lanes, and then we go by the waterfront. So that's been wonderful.
Right.
But I want to go back to the fashion because wait a minute. So since I now know how to put pictures in, just walk us through like a normal day where we're having a fashion shoot. Like, oops, this is all titty. I'm sorry. Okay, so a picture like that, like what was something that simple? I mean, that's your product, right? That's
No, that I didn't. I mean, I pulled the merchandise to facilitate the shoot. So I brought the wardrobe for this particular shoot.
Right.
So generally, we start with a concept, whether it's up to me or it's like a team effort. In this case, it was the cover model is Lyris Cross, and it was right after Project Runway, and so we featured her on the Curves Be Real. So it was like a collaborative effort, and it was right in the heart of winter. So I was like, let's do something white and crisp and fun, just real sleek, clean, elegant. And, you know, I never really know what's going to be the cover look, but this suit is just a powerful look. It's clean, it's classic, it's sexy, it's edgy in its own way. And, you know, I feel like it's all of those things that personify Lyris. So actually the entire editorial was like all white, you know, clothing. I had like fur, I had, you know, boots. It was fun. It was like a lot. But so basically it's pulling the merchandise that supports the story, that tells a story, and that's what an editorial is supposed to do. So we did like a little, I believe we did an article with her, and she just spoke about her experience on Project Runway. And at the end of the day, the imagery is supposed to tell a story. And I mean, you can't knock this. This is power. This is strength. This is Black beauty. She is holding her own. So but yeah.
And I love the fact that, I mean, you're such an artist, because for those that don't know, Steffany is an incredible, incredible vocalist.
Thank you.
In her own right. So I mean,
Thank you.
When I look at my friends, my creatives, there's usually a mix of talents, like the storytelling. You tell a story with your voice. You've sung for many years. You're in fashion, and that same creativity and storytelling lends itself to the way you styled and the fashion and the thought that goes into that. I don't think a lot of people think about the stories.
Right.
They just get a picture, right? Right. And the thought process that actually goes into creating the experience, which then becomes the photo.
Exactly, because it's the model, it's the clothes, it's the hair and makeup, it's the lighting, it's the set, it's, you know, if we're on location somewhere, it's like it's all cohesive. So it's not just one component, it's many components that bring this beautiful image to life, you know? And, you know, from being a songwriter, you know, you have a thought in your mind of, you know, an idea or a story you want to tell. So you put the lyrics down, you know, and then the music starts to happen. And you hear the melody. Then once all the instruments come in, you know, you have the performance after that, you know, or you have the actual song. But you know what I'm saying? So
you're creating the entire experience.
Exactly.
Even though I'm not performing as much anymore as I would like to, and I'm kind of like, okay, I'm good with that for now.
Right.
But even working at Summer Stage, you know, when you're creating the show from the opening artist to the headliner, like you're creating the experience. And Monique, who's listening in, who just said she needs a belt for her kimono.
I got you, Mo.
Okay.
You still owe me a picture, Monique.
Ooh. All around. But yeah, so it's like, you know, she knows, like, creating the entire experience. It's not just you're a part of the show. Right. You're involved in the entire experience, and
it has to flow. It has to flow. Like you wanna have some ebbs and flows, so you take people along the journey. You know, you know how you prepare your set list.
Let me see if I can pull up another one, since I'm on a roll with my little picture now. Okay, tell us about this diva. It's small. Let me see if I can make it bigger.
Yes. That's my girl Shanae, and it's so funny because she had beautiful thick hair, and she cut her hair before the shoot, and I didn't know. And when she walked in, and the first person I thought about was Rashamba. And do you remember Rashamba from back in the 80s? I think she was on. Beautiful chocolate model. And I was like, oh my God, you're giving me life. And this concept was all about suits, all about suiting, like the power suit all together. You know, still sexy, still, you know, edgy, a little conservative with the prints, because this, I think, is a plaid, if I'm not mistaken. So we did some color. We did, you know, some different shapes and silhouettes. We kept it a little, you know, conservative on some parts, and then, you know, throw in like full fashion. So again, it's about strength. It's about seeing actually plus women, you know, in strong fashion editorials. You can tell stories too. It's not just the straight size industry, you know. That's the beauty of, you know, Purse Be Real, of, you know, showing imagery of plus women in beautiful editorials, in beautiful clothing. So
I'm so glad you said that, because I was thinking about how when I was little, right? So I wear a size 9. And so back when I was growing up, a size 9 was like something horrific.
Right.
Not only was I a size 9, but I had very flat feet. I still have flat feet.
Right.
But it was impossible for me and my mom to find me cute shoes. It was awful. We would spend days going to store. I would be crying. The shoes were ugly as hell.
Exactly.
I mean, now it's amazing.
Exactly.
And so it's the same thing with fashion, right? Plus size, curvy girls, I want to say it.
Right.
Like, there's so many more choices.
Yes.
Like, not just walking around in a damn tent.
Right. Exactly.
And you can have pieces made to order.
That's right.
There's more sizes and more of the store. Like, people are catching on. Like, the average woman is what, a size, what?
14.
14.
Yeah.
Okay, the average American woman is a size 14. And that's fine. That's real.
Exactly. She's lived. Like, I mean, it is what it is. And to be honest with you, we're not all supposed to be the same size. We're not all supposed to look the same. Like, that's not how God created us, you know? Yeah. There needs to be some diversity and some dimension, something extra, something so that you stand out on your own, you know? And because we live in a society where, you know, it's, you know, beauty is supposed to look a certain way. Your body is only supposed to look a certain way. Yeah. That's not realistic. You know, people want to live and be who they are.
That's right.
And it shouldn't matter what size you are. You should be able to find clothing. You should be able to find shoes to fit your body. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you should look fashionable doing so and not be forced just to be, you know, all I can wear is a t-shirt and jeans. You can do that if you want to.
Right.
But, you know, why not have options? Why not options? And there's so many more brands that are expanding their sizes, you know, to include, you know, larger sizes, you know, up to 24, 28 or whatever. Yeah. And still doing their best to keep it fashion forward, you know, on trend so that, you know, people who are fuller, have fuller bodies, they want to feel comfortable when they step out of their door too. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, and what about, I mean, I know you've dressed and styled for his records. Our good friend John Gordon.
Yes, John, JG.
But what about men?
I've done a couple of men's shoots. It's different because the suiting, like a man's tailor suit is everything. Like fit is the most important thing when it comes to a suit. So I learned a lot about their measurements and how to fit them properly. But with John, it was like more fun, you know, but I did get him some great blazers. He was like, girl, what did you get this? And so when your client responds to you in that way, again, it's that check, like, okay, I did something right. And you can't be afraid to ask questions, you know, of your client and say, listen, I had this in mind. Is this something that you would wear? Yeah. If they say yes, okay, perfect, I know I'm on it. If they say no, I might pull it anyway and just give it a try, you know, just to see if it works. So I've, you know, lending myself to more opportunities in that way. I worked with kids last year for the first time on a photo shoot. It was so cute. It was like two back-to-back days. I think the oldest child was maybe 7.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Cute. They were like, you know, little,
What was that for?
It was for e-commerce for, I think they were a Western company. So they did like denim shirts, little plaid shirts and stuff. Aww. And I had styled like men and women for them before. And they're like, do you style kids? I'm like, yes. Even if I had, you just say yes.
Okay, just say yes.
Just do it.
Y'all listening?
Exactly. You figure it out. But the kids were great. Their parents were there, you know, just to make sure that everybody was safe and stuff. You know, introduce myself because I'm a stranger to them. You know, I want them to feel comfortable. Yeah. And by the end of the day, they were trying to teach me how to do the floss thing. Like, I think I'm like, grown people ain't supposed to do.
I still can't get that dance
I can't either.
So just like I was when I interviewed my girl Zinda, who's watching a few months ago. I mean, being a stylist for someone, you are intimately involved with them. You're touching their bodies.
Yes.
You're getting their measurements. You're finding out what they feel uncomfortable with, maybe.
Yes.
A lot of trust that goes into that. And
absolutely.
You can't be gossiping about what this person, you know, talk to you about. And so,
never.
You know, there's a lot of trust that goes. And so, with your repeat clients, do you have a lot of repeat clients?
Yes. Honestly, from personal styling, it's a more intimate situation because you're generally in their home. You know, pre-COVID, you're in their home. I've done some virtual styling recently too.
Okay.
But you're in their home, and they're in your most vulnerable. They're standing in front of you in their bra and panties. You know, and
exactly.
And it's all out there, nothing to hide. But literally, but. You know, it is how I carry myself and the energy I bring into the space, you know, and doing the best that I can to let them feel comfortable and be comfortable around me, you know, because you reached out to me for a reason. Like you have a challenge or you have an event or something. There's something that you already trust about me to have reached out to me. And once we have a conversation, you know, for my consultation, I'm getting to know you a little bit more. I'm asking you questions, and kind of forcing you to think outside of your daily, because you see, most of us see ourselves in one way. My objective is to see you beyond that and help you to see yourself beyond that.
Have you ever had, I asked into this as well, have you ever had a client where you had something on them and it didn't look great and you saw that it didn't look great, but they thought you were like, I want to wear it anyway? And you're like,
I would say it's not my choice. That's not what I would do.
Right.
You know, if anything, because a lot of people, I'm just going to say it, a lot of people are delusional about their sizing, you know, because they want to be a certain way. And for me, fit is everything. If you're tugging and pulling and all that kind of stuff, then it's not working.
Right.
The challenge is to get clients to, you know, get the size up and get it altered. That way you still have the look, you have, you know, you have your piece, but let's make it fitted to your body, you know. And some people,
when you say delusional about their size, do they typically think they're smaller than they are?
Yes. And it's not to be shady, because I mean, all of us are on a journey, you know, to do things. But for me, if your clothes don't fit well, if they're too small, you're showing up in the world that way. And the word flattery has been, you know, tossed out there as, you know, a size shaming kind of word. I'm just like, why not be the best representation of yourself? You know what I mean? Be pulled together, you know? So my job as a stylist, you hire me for a reason. I'm going to encourage you to do just that. Show up in the best way that you can.
Yeah, that's right.
So, and if I'm never going to get into a fight about something. Listen, do you... You pay me my money. I did what I needed to do, and I'm gone. You know, but the truth is the better approach. You know, because that builds your confidence too as a client. You're like, you know what? I want to feel my best. I don't want to be tugging and pulling. I want to be comfortable. I want to look good. I want to show up in the best way possible. So
do you?
So
also,
that's the messaging.
I'm sorry. Depending on the outfit, do you also suggest undergarments? Because that's a big thing too.
Absolutely.
Like you can have on the prettiest dress, but if you don't have on the right under things, you're looking a mess, right? Come on,
girl. I can't. I am a subscriber to shapewear, proper bra fitting, proper undergarments, underpinnings. You know, put a slip on if you have to, but yes, a slip. Yes,
no, he said slip. I ain't heard slip since 1942.
Yeah.
But that's real though, because honestly, as I've gotten older and my back has gotten a little wider, I remember I went for a bra fitting a little bit last year, and I was like, I'm a what? Like my whole dancing career in my 20s, I was a 34B.
Couldn't tell you nothing. I was
hanging on to my little 34B. And somehow along the years, I became a 36C.
Something had happened.
What the hell? So, you know, it behooves us as we get older, especially women, you know, just to go get it checked out so you can like make sure you have the best fit possible.
That's right.
And I'm due. My birthday's coming up. I feel I'm going to treat myself to a couple of new intimate things.
Yes, girl. Yes.
So how do you feel like? I mean, I'm all about diversity. I'm all about body sizes. I think women are the most beautiful creatures on earth.
Absolutely.
I love
women.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. We're amazing.
And now that we're in the age of like say Lizzo and all of this, like I think back to when there were artists like Jill Scott just breaking out, and how I heard that her original album cover, I might be lying when I say this, but her original album cover, she did just a photo. She didn't do it.
Yeah, it was a younger version of Jill. Yeah.
Right? And so like all these artists from back in the day who maybe didn't get the same kind of mainstream appeal as a Lizzo now.
Right.
And I wonder what they're thinking. They wonder like, well, damn. I mean, nobody was checking for me back then because I was a plus size performer. Right. Or I even think about, you know, Frenchie Davis, who, you know, they tried to bring him some bullshit scandal, like some lingerie ad that she did. Right. But she wasn't fitting to win. Right. American Idol. Right. Let's be clear. Right. But then those producers were like, well, I don't know, you know, they were saying, we don't want that to be our star. Right. And look at all the bullshit that Kelly Clarkson has faced over the years because her weight fluctuates. Right. Whatever. Right. She's a woman. That has nothing to do with her voice. She's still an amazing singer. Like, for me, I mean, well, now the way the industry is now, we have social media. We didn't have social media before, you know? So the content that's put out, the imagery that's put out there, we all know, you know, the sex sells is mostly the theme, you know, for, you know, music and entertainment sometimes. It's whose idea of sex? Like, I know brothers that see a curvy girl, they're like, hey. Exactly. It's some old patriarchal white idea of what's sexy. That's right. I mean, it's the same thing we're talking about fashion. You know, all industries across the board sort of have that conversation, you know, or it's just understood that this is what beauty is supposed to be and how it should be represented. And, you know, kudos to, you know, Lizzo for standing in her own right, saying and doing whatever she wants to do. It's not my personal taste, but it's okay. You know, who am I to her? You know, there are a million people that love and adore her for who she is and how she stands up for herself. You know, I mean, and it's just a different time. My whole thing is just be healthy. Right. Of course. That's your body. Okay, but be healthy. Make, you know, get your checkups. Make sure, you know, you don't have the high blood numbers. That's my only concern with that. But whatever. That's your size. That's your size, and you're beautiful and your truth. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm trying to consult my little notes here. No problem. Or even like Adele. Okay, Adele recently. I'm not even going to talk about the whole Bantu knots. I'm not even going to get into that right now. That's for y'all to discuss on Twitter. I was like, what? And like everyone's making this whole big deal. Like, oh my gosh, she's so thin. She looks beautiful. She was beautiful. She's always been beautiful. That. You can always see her face off. That face, that she was gorgeous, no matter what size she is. You know, that it just, to me, it has nothing to do with her talent. It has nothing to do with her ability to sell records. You know what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with it. Her body is what it is. Yes. You know, if you're on a journey to do something, don't let just the end result, like, oh, now it's gonna be I'll be all famous and like all these kind of things because I'm skinny now. Yes. Why put yourself in a box that way? That's right. If you're on a personal journey, do what you got to do for you, but don't wait to pursue your dreams or, you know, push towards success because your body is in a certain way. Exactly. Like, then nobody would ever do anything. So Derek said, I personally feel she looked more attractive, fuller. I mean, she's beautiful. Adele, I mean, she's a beautiful woman, and big or small, like she's beautiful, Derek. And I'm great. You know, Derek is my friend and makeup artist. Okay. Oh, hey, tell us about this moment for us. Oh my gosh! First of all, when I was told that I was like even nominated, this is one of those things like you just never know who's paying attention. And so my mom came and Elle came, and I was like, okay, I just wanted to go and have a good time. Yeah. What is this or event? It's the full figure industry awards. That's what it is. Okay, I had to get it right. So they were acknowledging people in the plus industry, designers, stylists, hair and makeup, everybody, models. Just a celebration of the plus industry overall. And so we're there, and I'm seeing everybody I know, my friends, people that I've worked with, met a few new people, and you know the ceremony's going on, and you get to my category, and they talked about my mentor Susan. Susan was also mentioned, nominated, and my good friend Corinne was also nominated. So we're all friends, like celebrating and supporting one another always from day one. So when they said my name, I didn't get up. I was just sitting there. And I was like, you have to get up. I was just like, wait, that's my face up there. I was like shocked. Yes. I was like, wait, it took me like a couple seconds to get up. And I am not the strongest public speaker, like in front of the thing. You know, I always like to sing with my eyes closed. So you already know that.
But to like have something to say, and I was just like, oh my gosh. But again, just to be acknowledged, to be seen, and, you know, to be heard and to be recognized for the work that I do in this capacity, it was like truly overwhelming. And to kind of like look out and see the people that I've worked with, people that I respect, and people, you know, who ultimately want to see me win. It was just, it was like amazing. I was like, this is crazy.
So what? And congratulations again.
Thanks, love.
I'm going to go back to the beginning of the love. Hold on. Ooh, let me be careful what I press on, because, you know, me and my sketchy photos.
Keep it clean, girl.
Yeah, keep it clean. So, so I tried to pin your website earlier to the conversation, but it's SteffanyAllen.
SteffanyAllen.com. Yes.
SteffanyAllen.com. For those watching, I have been talking with my good girlfriend, Steffany Allen, who creates amazing kimonos, masks, you know, for this time to keep us safe with your beautiful masks, maxi dresses, skirts, the whole nine. After we're done, I will pin her website to my page, so you can check her out, SteffanyAllen.com. I tried to pin it in the beginning of the, I guess I don't know what happened. So
yes.
So that is Steffany up in the corner with her boo-boo.
Yes.
Big L Lawrence.
Yes. Yes.
So what's coming up? What's going on that we can look out for?
Gosh. I do have something that I have coming up in a couple of weeks, but I can't really talk about it just yet. Okay. But when I'm able to, I will definitely share. It is a big opportunity, something that I never thought would happen, but you know, just got to stay faithful and just keep pushing and keep doing the work that you know that you can do.
Yeah.
In the meantime, until, you know, that opportunity comes along, you know, and someone else that's paying attention can put you in a position to succeed and move forward, you know? So I'm definitely grateful for that.
I want us to go back to that. For y'all listening out there, you really don't ever know who's watching.
That's right.
So you might be feeling tired. You might be feeling like the place where you're working is not giving you attention or accolades or whatever. Someone is always watching. Always. And I forget, I learned this years ago when I was dancing. And it wasn't me, but we were doing a one of those morning performances for a children's group.
Okay.
Right? And it was early. It was 10. It's tough. But you still got to show up, right? You still got to show up for these kids, because usually these are kids that can't afford to come to art.
Right.
And so some of the dancers, I got to say, I ain't going to name no names, but some of the dancers were in the back, like marking, not really doing the things full out.
Right.
They didn't put on their full makeup like they would at the evening show.
So they kind of phoned it in, like
you know, they didn't put the proper bun on, like for the thing. And after the show, our director came into our dressing rooms livid. There was a person in the audience that was there that was a potential funder. And they were like pointing out, well, what about the ones in the back? Like, what?
Wow.
So that's a different kind of attention, but you really honestly never know who's watching.
You just don't.
And even like with this little platform of mine, I keep calling it little. I should stop doing that.
No, don't.
But I'm like, hey, Oprah.
Exactly. Somebody that know her somehow, some way. You never know.
So every time I do these now, I be tagging Oprah. I be tagging like Essence.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Because you never know.
You got to shoot your shot. You have to put it out there, because nothing can happen unless you put yourself out there. And it's a risky thing sometimes. It's, you know, jumping outside of your comfort zone, like all the way outside of your comfort zone. And availing yourself, because if you want to do something, and if you want the notoriety, nobody's just gonna knock on your door and give it to you. You know, you have to do the work. And in those times where, you know, there was a time when the phone stopped ringing for me to like get gigs and stuff like that. It was like, okay, I can't be in my bag about it. I have to figure out what I can do next. What else can I do to stay active in cultivating my craft and doing research, reaching out to people, talking to people, you know, asking other stylists or establish their experience. Oh, for sure. For sure.
I mean,
one thing you said earlier on about, you know, gossiping behind set and like all that kind of stuff. You can't have that. You cannot do that, because somebody is listening. Somebody is watching again. You never know who's watching. And there's a way to, even if you're working with someone who is not as professional or doing things that you wouldn't do, or, you know, you have to watch how you even respond or critique in those moments. Yeah. So that you don't come off as being judgy, but be professional always. Just, you know, listen, I would have handled it this way, or I suggest you, you know, contact the agent and let them know, or whatever. Just let them know what's going on, because at the end of the day, that group is as a collective, you know, the project, it still has to work, and everybody has to be on board. And if somebody's not pulling their weight, or if someone is unprofessional, they, as people talk. That's right. That's right.
People talk. Even as a presenter, you know, when I talk to groups, I did a panel this past fall, and they were asking me, you know, what's some good advice? You know, wherever you show up, just be professional.
That's
I mean, even if maybe the circumstances you get into, the theater or whatever it is,
they're not ideal.
Speak your piece, but just still be professional, still show up on time, because presenters talk, but companies talk too.
That's right.
The presenter, you know, you want to make sure you're acclimating yourself and addressing all the necessary things that have to happen.
Absolutely.
In a timely manner, get back to people, respond to those emails. It's all those things put together, especially when you have your own business, right?
Exactly.
You've got to be your planner, your assistant,
your HR, your shipping, receiving, all that stuff. I will say, as a result, I'm thankful that as a result of Good Morning America, I got an influx of orders, and I'm just like, okay, this is me just by myself. And I did my best to contact everyone, you know, personally, let them know, okay, I'm working on your order. Just be patient with me. Yeah. You know, I'm not Amazon. It's me behind that sewing machine, you know, making it myself.
Right,
so certain things took a little longer.
Did you ever think, though, that is there anybody you trust that can, like, step in to help when you get this rush of orders?
Well, that's the chains are working, the wheels are turning. So I do have a manufacturer who I worked with before, who produced the pieces for the trunk show, is because it was volume, and I'm, you know, looking into that again, just so I can like have more units available, but still figure out a way to still keep it customizable for the clients, because a lot of people like the experience of choosing their own fabrics, and they're part of the journey, you know. A client, she texted me this morning. She was like, "Girl, this is amazing," and the handwritten note and the packaging and
those notes. I gotta see, because even when I first ordered a mask from you, I mean, they came in, they were nice, but then as you started doing them more, when you said John, then it had a little note card, and it's like, you know, you evolving as you go.
Yes.
And part of that evolution is learning how, and I know it's hard because it's your baby, but it is learning how to be able to trust at least one other person, and to be able to delegate.
Yes.
I mean, I know it's hard for me, even doing my dance programs at Summer Stage. I don't trust anybody.
Tell me how you really feel.
I'm doing all the copy editing. I mean, you know, and part of it is definitely, you know, just being able to trust. So one quick question I have before we go, because we have like 2 minutes. Oh my God, less than a minute almost. Okay. Any big fashion things for the fall that, even though we're still in COVID, like any trends that you see happening?
Well, somehow kind of surprised me is like tie-dye is still a thing. And acid wash jeans, I was just like, where?
Okay.
I know we were talking about this the other day on set. I'm just like, okay, I might not follow that one, but, you know, or just figure out a way to make it my own, you know? And honestly, I'm a more of a classic person, classic style person.
Yeah.
Staples, you know, my motorcycle jacket, crisp white shirt, dark wash denim jeans, and I'm good, you know? And that, to me, like, classics are there for a reason. The trends, they're gonna come and go. You know, I would rather stick to the classic.
That's right.
And even if I did buy the trend, I'm not gonna wear it in season anyway. I'm gonna save it till next season.
Well, I don't want us to get cut off, but I just want everybody to remember you are watching dannIGeeLive.
Yes,
I have been here with my good girlfriend, SteffanyAllen. Please follow her in my page, on my bio. Thank you, Steffany, for coming back on. Good luck with everything. Stay in that black love, that good love.
Yeah.
good luck with your project. So as soon as you can let us know, please tell us.
I will for sure. Thank you.
Bye. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Congratulations to you.